everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Panthers going up against the Falcons. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Thank you very much, Larry. You are looking live at the Georgia Dome here in downtown Atlanta. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. On play action, they'll throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. It's their quarterback taking it in, and the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. A gain of 3, second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they felt they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers. Ryan Shazier ran so fast at his combine that many people thought someone actually ran for him. He's a linebacker who ran sub 4.4, and he uses that speed to make plays all over the field. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Give them 11 on the gain there, and it'll be first down Atlanta. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. And they'll go on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there. Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here that's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there. They'll run it now out of the gun. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So 3rd and inches, trying to pick it up the middle. He had nowhere to go, tackled for a loss. And you know how we talk about double A-gap pressure, meaning linebackers going in the gap between the center and the guard on either side? Well, it's not always to get to the passer. Sometimes you do that to prevent a running play. Worked pretty well in that situation. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3. And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in. And the kickoff sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty. You can see the looks on the faces of the rest of the team. You have one job to do. Just kick the ball and play. Well, that's exactly right, Charles. The kicker, this is just inexcusable. Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your job. Tackled right on the midfield logo. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And he puts it through. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a loss of 2, now third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
Back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. And that is incomplete.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and ended up making a really nice play. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Deep drop. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now he'll look to rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, rather.
And he lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They go back to the air here after the INT. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And he was able to find a very soft spot in that zone coverage.
I love that term, Brandon. That soft spot where you find the open area, set up, and catch the football before the hard collision comes afterwards.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Third and 20, and no surprise, the defense in the dime. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Time to step aside. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Here we go with 2nd and 7. One receiver left, 2 to the right. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Returnable here from the 38. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he will find his man on the outside. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Oh, Brandon, this one hurts my heart as a former defensive back. Out in the open field, you've got a chance to get down this receiver. Instead, he breaks through you. You'll hear about this in the film room and from your teammates.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They come up in an offset eye. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll look to throw again. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. So 2nd and 10 here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky. And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And ready for 3rd and 6. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit, but his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well-conceived, well-designed, and even better executed.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Let's go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And really just a heck of a catch. That's a really good receiver making a nice play.
And against a really good defensive back. Right there together, and over the top, the receiver wins the battle.
Here we go!
Back to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up, make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
Well, it's so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
Now they'll run it on the toss, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And it's up and good. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Third down and 12.
Let's go!
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football, but the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the second level, the linebackers, or the third level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front, put their bodies out there, and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
Second down following the incompletion. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he cuts it out to the sideline. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction it starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look, and now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here, but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where a running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Flex round. Let's go.
He can run for it, and he will. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And his kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports.
No. Check. Patriot. Set. Green, 39. Detroit.
They come out here in the eye.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is Can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Gone. Over.
Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker, blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. They come up in an offset eye. Now it's the backup Goff. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Taken in at the 11. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. And to give this time to the tailback. Try to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more.